Hi, my name is Jill Drake, and I'm a student EDC 554, Production of Instructional Materials. Podcasting is a brand new area to learn about, and this is my very first podcast. Today I'm going to share one of my passions with you, which is baking. I've loved to bake ever since I was a little girl when I bought my first cookbook at a book fair in grade school. I've made a lot of recipes out of that cookbook, and I've collected many more over the years. I'm in charge of our Christmas baking for our family and have enlisted the help of my nieces and nephews over the last 15 years or so. As they have grown up, the girls still come over, spend the night, and we bake our hearts out for 2 days straight, creating our favorites plus trying out new ones to add to our collection. I love this time because it allows me to enjoy time with my nieces, catch up on their lives and the latest gossip, and watch them instruct my daughter on how to decorate cookies, much in the same way I did with them when they were her age. When they were small, the teacher in me would always come out. I would instruct them on how to measure out the ingredients, how much should go in, and teaching them fractions at the same time, which I am now doing with my own daughter, and I plan on doing it with my son once he gets a little bit older. Baking is a source of comfort for me, like meeting up with an old friend. I often say that I do my best thinking while I bake. It relaxes me, and nobody in my house ever complains about the end result. Today I'm going to share with you one of my family's favorite treats, butterscotch toffee bars. I have measured out all of the ingredients for this tasty treat. You need, beginning with the middle bowl, 2 1/3 cups of all-purpose flour, and up from the top, 2/3 of a cup of packed brown sugar, 3/4 of a cup of butter. I only use butter, never margarine. The flavor is superior, plus even though butter is high in fat, it has no trans fat like margarine does, so it is a safer choice and, in a sense, a healthier choice. You need 1 egg, which is lightly beaten, 1 11-ounce bag of butterscotch chips divided, 1 cup of coarsely chopped walnuts or pecans, either tastes delicious, 1 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. I always use fat-free just to cut out a few calories, but it doesn't affect the taste in any way, and 1 8-ounce bag of toffee bits divided. First, heat the oven to 350 degrees. Grease a 13 by 9-inch baking dish with butter. First, combine the flour and brown sugar in a large bowl. Using a pastry blender as shown here, or you can use 2 knives, cut the butter into the mixture until it looks like coarse crumbs. Next, add the lightly beaten egg. Always crack open eggs in a separate bowl for 2 reasons. 1, if the egg is bad, you don't ruin the dough. And number 2, if you aren't the most adept at cracking open shell-free eggs like me, it's much easier to fish out the pieces in a separate bowl. As you are mixing the dough, stir in 1 1/2 cups of the butterscotch chips and all of the chopped nuts until well blended. Take 1 1/2 cups of the mixed dough out and set it aside. Take the remaining mixture and press it into the bottom of the greased pan. Place it into the oven and bake it for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, take the pan out of the oven. Pour the sweetened condensed milk evenly over the hot crust. Sprinkle 1 1/2 cups of toffee bits on top of the condensed milk layer, then sprinkle the reserved dough on top of the toffee bits. Finally, add the remaining butterscotch chips over the top of all the other layers. Place the pan back into the oven and bake for 30 minutes. When the pan comes out of the oven, sprinkle the remaining toffee bits on top. Place the pan on a wire cooling rack and allow it to cool completely. When cooled, cut into bars. I highly recommend that they are small bars because they are very rich to eat. You will be tempted to eat a lot, but will be glad if you have small bars and don't overdo it. You should get about 48 bars per pan. Finally, find some willing volunteers to try your creation. I guarantee you won't have to look far. As you can see, my two favorite taste testers, Allison and Andrew, are always ready to help Mom out whenever they can. Enjoy!